Exercise 1-11, Entering Formatting Characters. This exercise uses the file created in Exercise 1-10. The Show Hide Paragraph button on the Home tab displays or hides paragraph marks and other formatting marks. These characters appear on the screen but not in the printed document. Formatting marks are included as parts of words, sentences, and paragraphs in a document. Here are some examples. A word includes the space character that follows it. A sentence includes the end of sentence punctuation and at least one space. A paragraph is any amount of text followed by a paragraph mark. The document you open contains two additional formatting characters: tab characters, which you use to indent, and line break characters, which you use to start a new line within the same paragraph. Line break characters are useful when you want to create a paragraph of short lines, such as an address, and keep the lines together as a single paragraph. Another formatting character is a non-breaking space, which you use to prevent two words from being divided between two lines. For example, you can insert a non-breaking space between Mr. and Smith to keep the name Mr. Smith undivided on one line. Click the Show Hide Paragraph button if the formatting characters in the document are hidden. Move the insertion point to the end of the document after Family Recipes. Press Enter to begin a new paragraph and key Campbell's Confections has been a member in good standing of the NCA for over 50. Do not press spacebar. Insert a non-breaking space after 50 by pressing Control, Shift, and spacebar. Then enter years. Word now treats 50 years as a single unit. Press Enter and key the following text as one paragraph at the end of the document, pressing Shift and Enter at the end of the first and second lines instead of Enter. Type Campbell's Confections, press Shift and Enter. Type 25 Main Street, press Shift and Enter. Type Grove City, PA 16127. Click the Show Hide Paragraph button to hide the formatting characters. Now click it again to redisplay them. You already know how to move around a short document by positioning the I-beam pointer with the mouse and clicking. This is the easiest way to move around a document that displays in the document window. If a document is too long or too wide to view in the window, you need to use a different method to navigate within the document. One way is to use the keyboard. You can press certain keys on the keyboard to move the insertion point. The arrow keys, for example, move the insertion point up and down one line, or to the left or right one character. Using the scroll bars. Use the vertical scroll bar at the right edge of the document window to move through the document. The position of the scroll bar indicates your approximate location in the document, which is particularly helpful in long documents. To view and move through a document that is wider than the document window, use the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the document window. This bar only shows if your window is too large for your screen. Exercise 1-12. Use the keyboard to move the insertion point. Press Ctrl and Home to move to the beginning of the document. Press End to move to the end of the first line. Home is usually located at the top of your computer keyboard. However, it is in a different location on each keyboard, so take a minute to look at where it is found on your keyboard. When you find it, press Ctrl and Home. The insertion moves to the top of the document before the word Campbell's. If you press the End button, which is typically located at the top of the keyboard near the Home button, it will move the insertion point to the end of your document, or the end of your first line. Press Ctrl and arrow down several times to move the insertion point down one paragraph at a time. Notice how the text with the line break characters is treated as a single paragraph. Ctrl down. Moves to each paragraph. When you reach the end of the document, press Page Up until you return to the beginning of the document. Page Up is also typically located at the top of your keyboard. Exercise 1-13. Scroll through a document. Using the mouse and the scroll bars, you can scroll up, down, left, and right. You can also set the previous and next buttons on the vertical scroll bar to scroll through a document by a specific object, such as tables or headings. For example, use these buttons to jump from one heading to the next, going forward or backwards. Okay, locate the vertical scroll bar and click below the scroll bar to move it down one window. Drag the scroll box to the top of the scroll bar. Click the down arrow on the scroll bar 3 times. The document moves 3 lines. Click the up scroll arrow on the vertical scroll bar 3 times to bring the document back into full view. Note that as you scroll through a document, the insertion point remains at the top of the document. Click the Select Browse Object button located towards the bottom of the vertical scroll bar. A palette of icons appears. The Browse Object button is in the shape of a circle. Exercise 1-14. Select text with the mouse. Select the first word of the document by double-clicking on it. Notice that the space following the word is also selected. When text is selected, a mini toolbar appears with formatting options. The mini toolbar is often lighter and smaller. When you drag your mouse over it, it becomes darker. Cancel the selection by clicking anywhere in the document. Selected text remains highlighted until you cancel the selection. Select the first sentence by holding down Control and clicking anywhere within the sentence. Notice that the period and space following the sentence are part of the selection. Control and click. When I click, it highlights the entire sentence. Cancel the selection. Locate the paragraph that begins "Visit one of our." To select the text "Milk Chocolate," click to the left of "Milk." Hold down the left mouse button and slowly drag through the text, including the comma and space after chocolate. Release the mouse button, then click to cancel the selection. To select the entire paragraph by dragging the mouse, click to position the insertion point to the left of "Visit." Hold down the mouse button and then drag across and down until all the text and the paragraph mark are selected. Release the mouse button. Click to cancel. Select the same paragraph by moving the pointer into the blank area to the left of the word "Visit." This is the margin area. When the I-beam pointer changes to the right pointing arrow, double-click. Notice the first click selects the first line, and the second click selects the whole paragraph.